What is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome back to what I believe is part 4 of my Rengoku from Demon Slayer Pixel Art tutorial. So, as you can see from the right hand camera screen, things are coming along fairly well. We got the entire left side of the frame done, and we even got the height of the outline completed, and touched down the hair to the right shoulder last time. So if you were paying attention at the end of the video, I did mention that we're going to be doing some of the face and like the middle detail today. So let's hover around the middle left area where we have this marker at the top of this L shape. Hopefully you can see where I'm working with on the right hand camera screen. Let me just put a couple of placement blocks so you can see. We had this L shape and we had a placement block at the top block in it. So that's what we're going to be working at today. And what I want you to do is from that top block, we're going to put a placement block on top and go up and to the left, 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And before we continue with that, let's go back to that top block we just worked with, and we're going to go down into the right from it 1 single as well. And then we're going to mark that single just so we can come back to it later. That's going to be some collar detail for if we wanted to do some lines for the neck, but I'm not doing that yet. So let's go back to the 6 vertical we just created, and let's put a placement block on top, and we're going to go up and to the right 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4. From that 4 flat, I want you to go to the final block, and we're going to put another 2 blocks on top of it, 1, 2. So now we have this directly connected shape, and from this new connected shape we created, so it's like a 3 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block that we just added the 2 to the top of, and we're going to go down into the right 5 vertical from it. So placement block underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's mark that 5 vertical. We can come back to it later. There's a lot of branching segments in this part. I just want to make sure I don't forget any. So if you're wondering why things look kind of choppy or there just seems to be a lot of branching, there is a lot of branching. So let's go to the 2 vertical we placed up here now, and from the middle block we're going to put 1 to the right, and from the top block we're going to go up and to the left 8 more singles from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you need to count it out, make sure it's correct. There should be 10 in total. So we had the 8 we added, and we have the 2 already there. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So that's perfect. Now, if I wanted to, we could continue with the right side, this 1 single we have just hanging off here, and do the other side of the jaw. But I always love working with the left side of these things, so we're going to just continue with the 8 we just placed. And from that top single, we're going to add 15 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're going to mark the bottom block in that 15. So once we mark that bottom block into 15 vertical, we're going to come back up to the top right here, and we're going to put our placement block up there so that we can go up and to the left 2 vertical, 1, 2, and then we're going to kind of alternate a pattern of 1, 2, 1, 2 going up and to the left. So let's put a placement block to the top or left, and we're going to put 1 single, then 2 vertical, like so, and then we're going to do it a second time. So 1 single, and then 2 vertical. Perfect. We're just getting the oval or U shape of the chin or whatever. So you guys know how a face is shaped, so if it doesn't make sense to you, then maybe look at what you're doing with the blueprint. But I feel like looking at the right hand camera screen, you can tell if it's in the right track or not. Anyways, from here we're going to go up and to left 4 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. Placement block on top. Up and to left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to left 4 vertical again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from this 3 vertical, I want you to put a placement block underneath the bottom side. And we're going to go down this left 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to mark the bottom block in that 8 vertical to come back to it later. This is another hair tangent, so I'm not continuing with that. I told you today we're focusing on the face. So let's go back up to the 3 vertical that we started from the bottom. And we're going to go to the top of it now. And we're going to put a placement block on top so that we can go up and to the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Up until that 5 vertical again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is right next to where his eyes would be. So let's actually start a few of the blocks right there, just so that we can come back to the left eye when we're ready to do it. So from this 5 vertical, let's go to the exact top block and put a placement block to the right side of it. And then I want you to put a coal after that, like so. From that coal, we're going to put an extra block underneath it. And then we're going to go down into the right 1 single. And then down into the right 10 flat. So placement block to the bottom or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So that way this is a clear indicator of when we're ready to come back and do the eye, that we have this area done. I didn't want to just put one block and then it's just floating off in nowhere land. This is a clearly distinguishable feature so that you guys can be able to identify it later. Anyways, let's go back to the 5 vertical to the left of the eye we just started. And on the top block, we're going to put a placement block above it now and go up into the left 9 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to go down and delete this dirt block. Up into the right 4 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. Getting ready to start rounding off the hair, and there's going to be a couple of hair spikes happening, so just bear with it. But you can see the right hand camera screen is curving correctly now, so we're going to be on the right side mostly. We're going to go up into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. I mean up into the left 1 single, sorry, I corrected myself. Up into the left 1 single. We're then going to go up into the right 2 vertical from that. 1, 2. Just zoom out real quick, guys. Make sure this is what it is, because I know I stuttered right there. Hopefully you guys didn't mess up. Up into the right 3 singles now. 1, 2, 3. And from those 3 singles, we're going to go up into the left 1 from the middle block. So this one right here. And from the top block, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put 2 pieces of coal going straight up. 1, 2. So that way it becomes 3 in length. Like so. From this new 3 length we created, we're going to go to the middle block and we're going to add 1 coal to the left and 1 coal to the right of it. We're then going to go to the top block and we're going to go up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. And from that single, I want you to put a placement block on top of it. And we're going to go to the left of the placement block and put 1 coal. And then we're going to go to the right of the placement block and put 5 coals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the left single, we're going to go up into the left 3 flat. So placement block to the top. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go up into the left. How many more singles do I want to work with? We're going to go up into the left. Let's do 6 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this ends up connecting to some of his hair shading, so that's why I was having trouble figuring out if I wanted to do this part. But we're going to mark it. We can come back to it later. It's 6 singles just floating off in whatever land. We're going to go back over to this right side where we had the 5 flat just floating here and continue working with that. So let's put our placement blocks to the right side each time. We're going to go up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Placement block. Down to the right 2 flat again. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And from the 2 flat, we're going to go to the right block right here. And we're going to put 3 coals on top. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So what I want you to do now is we're going to go to this second to last block from the bottom. And we're going to put 2 coals to the right of it. 1, 2. And then we're going to go to the top block. And we're going to go up into the left 1 single. Up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from the top block in that 2 vertical, we're just going to add 1 to the left. And then we're going to do this shape again by going up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then adding another block to the left of the top block. So you can just see it's just the same pattern. And then we're going to finish this part off by going up and to the left 2 flat. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2. And then up and to the left 5 single blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, looking good. So let's retrack back down now to where we had these 2 flats on the right side. And we're going to continue. And I think this is the middle point. We're about to have like a V dip into his forehead, and then it's going to come back up and go around to the other side. So this is like the halfway point of his forehead or whatever. So we're going to go down into the right from this 2 flat, and we're going to go down into right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into right 2 singles. From that single, we're going to dip back up. So we're going to go up into the right 2 singles now. 1, 2. You keep your placement block on the right side. Up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then we're going to go to the right 2 flat, or just the higher one. And we're going to find the right block in it. And on that right block, we're going to add 1 to the top and 2 below. 1, 2. From the bottom block and the 2 below we just added, we're going to put a placement block underneath it so we can go down into the left 2 flat. But we're also going to go just directly to the right of that bottom block, and we're going to add an extra coal to the right side. From that extra coal, we're going to go up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. We're then going to go up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 1 single. And then before we continue with the forehead, there is a piece of line work right here that just kind of floats off into nothing space. So I kind of want to do it right now. So from this 1 single, we're going to put a dirt block on top and then a coal above that. We're then going to put 5 dirt blocks on top of that. 1, 2, 3, whoops, 3, 4, 5. And then a coal on top of that. So let me just zoom out so you can see. So we had 1 dirt, 1 coal, 5 dirt, 1 coal. And that's going to be the 2 different lines that we're working on right now. So from this first coal, the one that's in the middle, we're going to put 2 coal to the right of it. 1, 2. And then we're going to go up into the right 3 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. And then we're going to finish this one by going up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Now let's go up the 5 dirt to this 1 single we had right here. And we're going to go up into the right 2 flat. So placement block 1, 2. And then up into the right 1 single. Then we're going to backtrack to that single again, and we're going to go in the opposite direction now. So we're going to go down into the left 1 single. Down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then we're going to finish this line by going down into the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Alright, so now we can delete these dirt blocks and go back to that single we had at the bottom right here and just continue with the forehead. So from that single, we're still putting our placement block to the right side. We're going to go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 8 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From that 8 flat where we put the placement block at the end, on the bottom of that placement block, we're going to put 1 coal. And on the top of that placement block, we're going to put 1 coal and then add 3 more blocks to the right of that top coal. So 1, 2, 3. From that 4 flat we have at the top right now, we're going to put our placement block at the end so we can go up into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And then we can backtrack all the way to where we had this bottom and top split. And from the bottom block now, we're going to add an extra coal underneath it. And from that extra coal, we're going to put, we're going to put 1 to the left and 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's going to start arching downwards, so we're going to have like a down into the right thing going. You can still keep your placement block on the right side for now because we're not switching directions. But just, you might want to just keep it on the bottom. So we're going to go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And the left block in that 2 flat, we're going to put an extra coal underneath it. And then a placement block underneath that. Down into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2. Down into the right 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. Just zoom out so you can see. It's like a math quiz. You have to show your work. From that 3 single, we're going to go to the bottom block in it, and we're going to add an extra coal underneath, like so. From that extra coal underneath, we're then going to put 2 more coal to the right, 1, 2. And now it creates this 3 flat pattern. We're going to go to the middle block in the 3 flat pattern and just add an extra coal underneath that. From that extra coal, we're going to go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block underneath. 1, 2, 1, 2. From this 2 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block, and kind of like with the left side, what we did with the eye. Oh, actually, this is the eyebrow. This isn't the eye, so I'm going to skip it. There is a marker for the eyebrow that we could do right here, but I did the eye on the other side, not the eyebrow. So I'll wait till we get the eye, and then I'll put a marker there. So instead of, just ignore what I just said. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go down into the right 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then place some block underneath. Down into the right 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Down into the left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into left 2 vertical. We're going to do that 4 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And 1, 2, that's 4. From there, we're going to go down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into left 2 flat 3 times in a row. So place some block underneath. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And 1, 2, that's 3. So this spike is going into his face, and it's going to go a little bit into the eye area. So what we're going to do from there is from that 2 flat we just created, we're going to go down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. And from this bottom 2 flat right here, we're going to go to the left block up right here and put 2 dirt blocks on top. 1, 2, and then 1 coal on top of that. From that 1 coal, we're going to go up into the right 1 single, and then we're going to go back to that coal and put 3 more coal to the left side. 1, 2, 3. And we can mark that now for the right eye progress when we're ready to get there. So we have the left eye progress ready to go, and we have the right eye ready to go. But let's go back to this 2 flat below it. And what we're going to do then is go underneath it and layer up double time with some coal. So 1, 1 underneath. Then we're going to go to the left side of this double layer, and we're going to add an extra 1 block to the left and 7 more to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From there, we're going to go up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to find our way to the right side of this 3 flat and add an extra coal to the top of it. Then we're going to put a placement block on top so we can go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And from the second 2 flat, we're going to find the right block over here. And I want you to put 4 blocks going underneath it. 1, 2, 3, 4. But also, we're going to go to the top of it and put a placement block so that we can go up into the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. And then finishing this little slope by going up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Alright, if you made it this far, good job, folks. But we're still a little bit more to do with the face. Let's go back down to the bottom right here where we have the 4 vertical we just added underneath. And we're going to put a placement block underneath to continue working with it. So we're going to go down into left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2, and then delete your placement block. From there, we're gonna go down and to the left, 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down and to the left, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2. Down and to the left, 1 single. Down and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And before we continue with, before we continue with that 2 vertical, that single we just posted, we're gonna mark it so we can come back to it later, because we can bring this single down to do the neck, but I don't want to do that yet. Instead, we're gonna go back to 2 vertical, and we're gonna go down and to the left from it, 2 singles, 1, 2. Down and to the left, 2 vertical again, 1, 2. Down and to the left, 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. Down and to the left, 2 flat, 1, 2. Down and to the left, 4 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm hoping everything meets up, because it's possible that we messed up somewhere and then I'd have to redo this entire part. But we've been on quite of a streak recently where it's not that bad. We've been doing really good, actually. So let's go down and to the left, 2 flat, 1, 2. Placement block to the left side each time. Down and to the left, 1 single. Down and to the left, 2 flat again, 1, 2. Down and to the left, 2 singles, 1, 2. Down and to the left, 2 flat. We're going to do that 5 times in a row, so count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So we've made it to the jaw, the center point of the jaw. All we're going to do for that is just go down into left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can kind of see this is like the lowest dip. So it's going to come back up from here and try and connect to that other part over there. So let's go up and to the left now. So you can still keep your placement block on the left side, but if you were placing it on the bottom, it needs to go on the top now. 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left, 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Up and to the left, 2 flat now. 1, 2. And then finally, we're going to go up and to the left. Oh, and actually, let's backtrack a little bit right here. Delete the 2 flat we just placed. And we're going to delete the 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go back to where we have this 3 flat right here. And I want you to go up and to the left 2 flat from it. 1, 2. Then we're going to go up and to the left 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally up and to the left 2 flat. 1, 2. And as you can see, it met up with what we already had at the diagonal, completing the face jaw shape thing. So that was good progress. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this part. If you are, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more pixel art content. As always, this is Phoenix, and I'll see you guys later.